Dan Illman, Matt Bernier taking a look at Friday's DRFBets Race of the Day. It's at beautiful Del Mar. It's race number 6. It's the Real Good Deal Stakes. And speaking of a real good deal, sign up to DRFBets right now. Get a $150 in sign-up bonus. Head on over to DRF.com/bet. You see what I did there, Matt, with the Real Good Deal?
I did. It was very good.
Let's throw up the field for the Real Good Deal. These are Cal-bred 3-year-olds going 7 furlongs on the main track. And you can access free formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at DRF.com. Download them, handicap along with us. We'll take the field in post-position order, beginning with the number 1, Fashionably Fast, who felt very handsome in blinkers last time out. Major improvement.
Yeah, against older horses, too. To be honest with you, I thought the entire effort from start to finish was very, very strong. Contested the lead between horses. That's never really a comfortable position for any horse. I don't care how much experience they have. And he just kept going on with it. I know he only won by 3/4 of a length, but I just like the way that he moves. He looks like a serious racehorse. That was, like you say, first time in blinkers. They were 10 clear of the third-place finisher. I understand the rest of the field hasn't come back all that good thus far, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say they were a country mile clear of everyone else. So I don't really want to hold that against him. I think he's interesting in here.
I think he's very interesting. Timeform US didn't have that race very fast from a pace standpoint, but as you mentioned, that pace was contested, and he always had that odds-on favorite, Baby Gronk. He had that horse's measure in the stretch, and as you said, Baby Gronk 10 lengths clear of third. Formulator fact for Dean Peterson, he knows where to place these last-out maiden winners. Over the past 4 years on dirt, last-out maiden winners, 2 for 7, and a $7.02 return on investment. The number 2 is Take the 101, and while he is not the morning line favorite, and we are pre-scratches and changes as we film this right now, I think he's the horse to beat. It looks like he's got all the credentials coming off a stakes win on the turf last time out, but don't be fooled by that 9-furlong win. He's done some very good work sprinting on the dirt.
He certainly has, and this is a horse that the connections have always thought very highly of, and I think they were surprised at, I don't want to say how poorly he ran, but how lackluster he was 3 starts back in the Echo Eddie, that state-bred race out at Santa Anita, because he can sprint, he can go long, he can run on dirt and turf. I think this is a really nice horse, all things put together, and I agree with you. He's probably the horse to beat when you break it down. I guess I do question a little bit, though, what distance is he better at? Is he better going a little bit longer, or is he better going shorter? The good news is 7/8, it's kind of in between.
And I like the turn back at 7/8, especially with a horse with tactical speed. You got to figure the 4 and the 1 are going to be out there trying to push the pace. Maybe the 7 Daddy's Prize will be there as well. Take the 101 might slot in very well, and he earned a big fig 2 starts back against a pretty salty field. And I think in that race, Joe Talamo tried to win it a little early, trying to steal away 4 furlongs from home, and he got a little bit tired late. I think Take the 101 is the horse to beat. The number, we have a formulator fact for Brian Carner. He's been on fire. Past 6 months, turf to dirt, 36% winners, and $11 ROI. Pretty nice stuff for Brian Coroner, and Take the 101. The 3 is Psycho Dar. This horse is 2 for 2 at Del Mar, and maybe that's key. If he's a horse for course, you're getting him at 10-1 on the morning line. Another horse going turf to dirt, route to sprint. We like those in these 7 furlong races. No match for Take the 101 on grass last time out. I think he might be more of a dirt horse.
See, now I kind of go the other way.
Really?
I understand he's 2 for 5 overall on dirt, and he's never won in 4 lifetime starts on turf, but I'm just looking at it from a speed figure standpoint. It seems like he's running a little bit slightly, and I mean, I'm talking splitting hairs here, 2 to 3 points faster on turf than he is on dirt. Either way, whether you think he's a turf horse or a dirt horse, the facts are he needs to run faster if he's going to be competitive.
I think the cutback, though, works for him. Maybe 1 1/8 for the son of Storm Wolf, just a little bit too far. The 4 is Smiling Angelo, and right now Smiling Angelo could be any kind for trainer Phil D'Amato. He has started twice. He has won very easily both times. My concern with Smiling Angelo's last race was, boy, and you don't need Timeform US, you could go look at the charts. Every race that day was won on the lead and on the rail pretty much, and Smiling Angelo was just able to steal away at even money and win. It's going to be tougher this time around as he tries 7, but I think this horse has some talent.
Yeah, I agree with you, boy. Both of the first 2 starts of his career, they've both been impressive. And yeah, I agree with you. The way that race just played out and the way that day at Santa Anita played on the main track, maybe you want to approach with a little bit of caution. I also don't think it's insignificant that we haven't seen him since May. There's something there. He's been gone for a little while. And I understand it's still early, and we know what Phil D'Amato is capable of, obviously. This barn's off to a little bit of a chilly start down at Del Mar. When we're taping this, he was 1 for 19. So I think you would take all those things into consideration before you take too short a price in this horse. But I agree with you. Looks like he's got a world of ability.
Here's the Timeform U.S. pace projector for the Real Goods Deal Stakes, and you have the 4, Smiling Angelo, out there on the lead. We'll see if he can stretch his ability an extra furlong off a little bit of a layoff. The 5, Violent Ridge, is in mid-pack. This is a really honest, underrated horse. He's never been off the board from 5 lifetime starts. He beat a couple of next out winners, and not only did he beat those 2 next out winners, but the 3rd place finisher last time came back to run 2nd in a turf race with an 81 Beyer speed figure. It looks like he's getting better. Again, turning back to 7, he might get the right setup.
Yeah, he's just the kind of horse that, like you say, I think honest is the best way to put it. Right now, he's not all that fast, but I don't think it's impossible to think that you get a forward move out of him here in the near future. I think something else to keep in mind, he is proven fresh off the bench in the past. You see that he won coming off that little bit of a layoff in January, and he ran well in his career debut. I think he's going to be okay, and again, the price might be right.
About 4-month layoff, though, for Violent Ridge. We'll see what we get, but I think he'll be charging late. The 6 is Shaman. Shaman is coming out of a live race. He was 6-1 against a couple of next out winners. The runner-up coming back to win with an 82. The 3rd place finisher coming back to win with a 78. But he just did no running that day, and his only lifetime win thus far has come in gate-to-wire fashion over a sealed, sloppy track. We're expecting fast going at Del Mar, and we're not expecting him to get the lead. He's the longest shot on the board for a reason.
Yeah, I have to be honest with you. He's just the kind of horse that I don't really have much positive that I can say about him, because what you had laid out, gate to wire, setting slow fractions on a sloppy sealed main track, you're not going to get any of that on Friday.
Let's not sleep on the well-bred Calbred, the number 7 Daddy's Prize. He's by Scat Daddy, and he is a perfect 3 for 3 on the main track. The only time he lost, he bolted on the turf in his one and only route try, and he proved he could handle dirt last time out at Pleasanton as the 1-2 favorite. Big class test for Daddy's Prize, but a nice outside tracking position where he can sit off the 4 and try to get the jump on some of these stalkers and closers.
You know, this might be one of the instances where I let Formulator get in my own head, because I've liked what I've seen from this horse so far. How can you not? He's 3 for lifetime, and like you say, the only time he didn't win, he didn't finish the race. But Tim McCann's numbers over the past 2 years in Southern California is 1 for 39. And I just have a hard time getting past that, especially facing the best horses he's faced yet here today. I think this horse has some ability. I would still want to get a pretty square number on him before I bet him, though.
Completing the field is the number 8, I See It in His Eyes, claimed for only $12,500. And while this horse is not one for the new barn, he has improved his Beyer speed figures significantly. 79 last time out at Los Al, a good solid performance, a good stalking ability. And from a Beyer speed figure standpoint, I mean, other than take the 101 Smiling Angelo, if you believe fashionably fast numbers, this horse isn't too far away, maybe underneath at a price.
Yeah, he just feels like a nice sort of underneath key that maybe you can get in there at a big number and help out, especially if this thing is a little bit chalky on the front end. If you can get him in underneath, maybe it can help some things.
Let's take a look at our top picks for our DRFBets race of the day for Friday. You're going with the 5, Violent Ridge. Would you take the 6-1?
Yeah, honestly, I think this horse is a little bit, I think he's better than maybe his paper would indicate at this point in his career. You go to that run 3 starts back, thought that was good. Like I said, off that little bit of a layoff. I like that he finished as gamely as he did in that Cal Cup Derby. In the most recent start, he beat older horses. He's run well off the bench in the past, but I do think this is a pretty wide open race. I'm going 5-1-2-4.
I'm going to go with the 1, Fashionably Fast. We're going to learn a lot about this horse in this spot. I don't expect him to make the lead over Smiling Angelo. He's probably going to have to sit from just off, and he's going to have to do it off a 2-month layoff. But the price is right at 6-1. He's been working long and strong. A bullet at 6 furlongs back on July the 14th. 1-2-4 for me in the Real Good Deal Stakes at Del Mar on Friday, which you can bet with your very own DRFBets account. Sign up, grab $150. DRF.com/bet is where you need to go. Approximate post time for the Real Good Deal is 6:30 Pacific on Friday. Best of luck.